Ever had that feeling like your car is talking to you, but instead of a nice purr, it is screaming in agony every time you hit a pothole or turn into your driveway? We have all heard those nasty squeaks and groans, and while it is easy to just turn up the radio and pretend everything is fine, your car is actually begging for mercy. Those sounds are not just annoying. They are the early warning signs of a mechanical collapse that could cost you a fortune. Most drivers wait until something actually snaps before they pay any attention, but by then you are looking at a much bigger repair bill than if you had just spent 5 minutes doing a basic checkup. Today, we are digging into the hidden culprits behind your suspension and engine bay noises so you can stop the damage before it ruins your ride. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of why your car might be sounding like an old wooden ship, take a quick second to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to stay updated with these garage-level insights that keep your car on the road longer and your wallet a little heavier. Now, let's talk about that gnarling sound you get when you hit a speed bump. Usually, that is just your suspension bushings throwing a fit because they are dried out or cracked. Think of bushings as the shock absorbers for your suspension's joints. When the rubber hardens or tears, you get metal-on-metal contact. It is not just about the noise, it is about your car's handling. When those bushings go, your alignment goes with them, and suddenly you are burning through tires twice as fast as you should be. If you want to keep that rubber healthy, you need to be proactive. Those bushings, sway bar links, and axle boots are under constant attack from road salt, ozone, and extreme temperature changes. During the spring and fall, grab a rubber-safe conditioner, not a mineral-based grease, which will actually rot the rubber and give them a quick treatment. It keeps them supple and prevents those hairline cracks from turning into full-blown tears. And speaking of proactive maintenance, don't forget your Z-links or sway bar end link. If you hear a light clunking when you drive over small, uneven surfaces, your Z-links are likely toast. They are small, cheap, and easy to replace. If you are anywhere between 40 and 60,000 miles, it is probably time to swap them out. If you can find the versions with grease fittings, grab those and make sure your mechanic torques them down while the car is sitting on the ground, not dangling on a lift. That is how you get double the lifespan out of a $10 part. Now, let's talk about a major mistake I see people make constantly: hitting the brakes while you are already inside a pothole. Think about what happens when you slam those brakes. The front end dips, the springs compress, and the suspension is loaded with all that weight. If you hit a crater while the suspension is already bottomed out, there is nowhere for the energy to go. It is like punching someone while their arms are tied behind their back. The impact goes straight into your shock towers, your wheels, and your bushings. Instead, try to release the brake just before you hit the impact. It lets the suspension extend and do its job, absorbing the hit naturally. If you are hearing a constant whining or humming, especially in an automatic transmission car at low speeds or while idling, that is a red flag for your torque converter. This is the heart of your transmission, and if you start hearing weird noises here, you are playing with fire. It usually means the fluid is low or internal components are wearing down, and if you ignore it, you are looking at a transmission replacement rather than a simple fluid service. Do not ignore those sounds. Along the same lines, if you open your hood in the morning and hear a high-pitched squeal, that is almost certainly a belt issue. It could be an accessory belt for your alternator or water pump. If that snaps while you are driving, you are looking at an overheated engine or a dead electrical system within minutes. It is a quick check and a relatively cheap part to replace before it leaves you stranded. While you are under the hood, I have one more massive tip that saves thousands in bodywork. Check your water drainage channel. If you have ever noticed leaves and debris piled up under the cowl near your windshield, you are looking at a disaster in the making. When those channels get blocked, water pools around your strut towers and shock mounts. That moisture settles into the rubber and metal, leading to rust and rot that can literally disintegrate your car's structure from the inside out. Get a piece of thin plastic or a weed whacker line and clear those out twice a year. It takes 5 minutes, and it is the single best way to prevent the kind of structural rot that ruins a perfectly good car. Before we move on to the next critical inspection point, if you are finding these tips useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button to join our community of drivers who take care of their own rides. Sometimes, a single hard hit is enough to ruin your day. If you hit a sharp curb or a massive pothole, don't just keep driving. Take 5 minutes. Pop the hood, look at the shock towers for any new paint cracks or signs of moisture, and check the swing arms for any bends. If the car starts pulling to one side or your tires are wearing unevenly, you need an alignment check immediately. Measuring the gap between the top of your tire and the fender on both sides is an easy, quick way to spot a bent component before it turns into a nightmare. To wrap things up, Listening to your car isn't just about avoiding a breakdown. It's about understanding how your vehicle is communicating with you. From cleaning your cowl drains and conditioning your rubber bushings to managing how you handle potholes and monitoring your belts, these are the small, simple habits that separate a car that lasts 5 years from one that lasts 15. I really want to hear from you guys. What is the weirdest sound your car has ever made, and did you find the source before it became an expensive disaster? Drop your stories in the comments, let me know what kind of vehicle you are driving, and let's keep this conversation going. If you enjoyed this guide to keeping your suspension and engine bay in top shape, please subscribe one last time. Hit that like button to help other drivers find this info, and I will see you in the next one. Drive smart and stay safe out there.